Hello guys, this is the Pugsley crew Foos, and today we are watching the wonderful film called Pixels.
Ugh.
I am damn serious, it is Pixels. I specifically wanted to watch this because I thought the other game films we watched were, apart from The
We're not
Wizard,
taught you enough.
were based on a
Just
specific
psychopath.
film. Like,
Yeah, on
this is
specific
based
films.
on various specific games. I mean, sorry, but this is got characters from different games and shit. So I thought the guys would love it.
It's based on the culture behind video games.
Oh my god, it's based on everything I was based on. But I also wanted to see what Jazzem's reaction would be to the film because he loves his retro stuff. Anyway, guys, Jesus
Oh my
Christ. What is wrong with me? Anyway, guys, I'm Pedz. I'm here with Earfolds,
Hi.
Jazzem,
Resident happy Madison fanboy.
and Matt.
Hello.
And as usual, I'll count 3, 2, 1, go, and then you press play on your film. 3, 2, 1, go.
I've been waiting so long to do that.
Is that the music behind the Sony logo now?
It'll be better for the Happy Madison logo, wouldn't it, really?
Yeah.
Which has got to be coming pretty sharpish, surely.
Well, considering this is a Sony movie, that means all of Nintendo and Microsoft games are cut out of it.
Yes, well, I mean, the thing is, they can't do anything Sony though, can they? Because it's obviously all 80s. I don't think it goes any later than that, does it?
I've no idea. I've never seen it before.
And you wish you could have kept it that way, huh?
Yeah. I'm actually just gonna go to sleep now.
Uh,
It's clever with like Happy Gilmore and Billy Madison. Those are the two quote unquote good Adam Sandler films. So I can see why they call the company
This was set
Yeah.
over 500 years ago.
that. It's a period piece. That's why people didn't like it. It wasn't accurate.
I like the font they're using here. It's very generic 80s video game.
It fits.
In a way, this is the antithesis to the beginning of the Page Master.
Always within the cultural touchstones of films you are.
Oh yeah, everyone knows that. It's open.
I
What's
wasn't even
open?
born in 1982.
You know, I'm kind of thirsty for lemonade right now.
Man, Stranger Things season 3 really sucks. Actually, was this pre-Stranger Things?
Probably.
2015, I think, and Stranger Things was...
I'm gonna go with a yes, maybe. I'm not that familiar with current cultural references.
Oh, current culture references about old things.
Oh, Pac-Man, that's a video game I recognize.
Yeah, I got
And
Surfing.
Donkey Kong. Peter Dinklage. Did Pac-Man just eat Peter Dinklage?
The metaphorical implications of that are horrifying.
Brian Cox, the sweaty fox.
There's a lot of talent in this film, and I don't say that in quotation.
There's a lot of talent, and there's also Adam Sandler.
Well, I mean, okay, so Adam Sandler, he's obviously slumped it for years, but he's done like a few quote-unquote serious films, right? And he's not been bad in those.
There was a time when he was really good.
I mean, that even that gets debated, doesn't it? Like whether Happy Gilmore or whatever was which I haven't seen in years. I don't know how that would hold up.
Hmm.
But I mean, he continues to make hits. Like the grown-up films are loathed by critics, but they make triple-digit million figures at the box office.
In a way, that just kind of says that critics don't matter.
Is there anything happy to be taken away from Adam Sandler?
That's the claw from Liar Liar. Oh my god. They ripped off Chewie's face.
Nah.
Poor Chewie.
This isn't a reasonable open. I mean,
In a way that predates the Nintendo World Championships of 1985.
oh my god, this is the prototypical wizard.
This is before the Wizard. They've deliberately done that, I
prequel?
think. A prequel to the Wizard. Was Nintendo even using that logo in 82? I thought they introduced that in 83 and before they were using the hexagonal logo.
Ooh. Like, the amount of money that went into this, you could have hired an actual pixel artist.
Yeah.
It's pretty dismal, isn't it?
Kind of makes you wonder if instead of Lisa, he was falling over Ms. Pac-Man, would it have the same effect?
Yeah, I suppose there wasn't an actual human female character, like maybe Pauline, I guess.
Pauline, yeah. It's Peter Dinklage.
So
He's
what are you-
basically the guy from The Wizard with the power glove.
What are you doing here, man?
Fred Savage.
There must be a pleasant shoot Adam Sandler films, because how else do they get all these people?
Maybe it's because it's fun to make the movies.
I mean, a lot of them are basically paid vacations, aren't they?
Oh man, this movie is totally tubular.
Wait, hold on! Is that Aykroyd?
Yep.
Maybe
I'm
they,
sorry they made you do this.
maybe they tempted him with source information on aliens or something. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look into Dan Aykroyd a bit. Bless his soul.
They said if he did this, there'd never be another Ghostbusters film.
They had like Bill Murray locked up for a third one. I'll give them credit. That was the old school Konami logo they had as well, like the curly K.
Yeah,
That's reasonable.
they've done some of their research.
Yeah. Cyber chicks with a Z.
$259 is not a very high score in Pac-Man.
Actually, yeah, hold on. Shouldn't those be like 5 or 6 figures at least?
I'm not sure, but I think at this point they already discovered the level 256 bug.
Also, this isn't very, the way this is cut, it's not very cinematic, is it?
It's got a TV movie feel.
Yeah. It feels kind of cheap. Like the lighting's pretty basic.
Oh,
Donkey
nice,
Kong.
Queen.
It's pretty alright. I haven't like the sprites behind them as they play.
You know, the Donkey Kong cabinet has much better music than I remember.
Ha. Actually, I'm surprised they're allowed to show it because you know the whole thing when Nintendo not owning the rights to the Donkey Kong arcade. There's a weird thing with how it was coded.
At some point, Coleco had the rights to Donkey Kong more than Nintendo did.
Ones, yeah. It's an accept. I mean, this is. I suppose if you do this to like a popcorn bucket, like scuffling audience, it's not a bad way to present a video game competition.
He's about to cry. That's so sad. Fire Blaster? Fire blaster.
Uh, do you reckon would there be competitions like this in '82? Like with this level of.
The first one was 85, wasn't it?
Right. Oh. It's a bit of an awkward transition to them as adults, isn't it?
It was. What are we watching?
Yeah, this is the same movie.
Reggie, that's a video game reference, isn't it?
I'd eat a Reggie bar. Wait a second.
If Adam Sandler just turned and like shrugged and said "not my problem," I'd be alright with that.
He's the president. Wow. They found a good replacement for Trump.
Well, I think this came out pre-Trump. I think this was kind of laughed at.
Yeah, it was.
To be fair, he was elected to lead, not to read. Simpsons reference.
But he didn't star in Diaper Genie, I don't think.
He's got a nerd mobile.
I think he's like a technician or something.
Yeah.
He fixes glasses.
Fix his glasses.
Like Hermione Granger in the first Harry Potter movie.
Yeah, he's like an optician, but an emergency one. Look, there's a little piece of tape in between the two glasses, the two lenses.
Yeah, I see.
That's what he does. He just drives around and fixes them. That's his life now.
That's an incredibly important thing to do, to be honest.
Is this basically going to turn into that bit in Futurama?
I think so.
Okay.
It's nice how they use the actual
It's a bit
enemy
of-
patterns in Galaxian.
Yeah, that was pretty authentic, and the effect was pretty cool. Pixelation there. But they haven't really established, because the whole thing was they set a message up, right?
What is it with kids that speak like adults?
The random theme in these, yeah.
3D TVs. Remember when people liked those? Me neither.
No.
It's not a PlayStation 4 Pro though, so that has dated this horribly.
I know.
Oh no. Ah,
I do not want to hear little kids say that word again, if that's possible.
fuck, this is unpleasant. Oh, fuck off, Sandler.
His face just reads to me like he really doesn't want to be in this movie.
Video games. Really awkward, bad small talk.
I like video games.
That's
Well, this might have something to do with that, so we might have a better luck here.
It's a good thing they said that they were under attack before they show themselves being under attack, because we wouldn't have any idea what was happening right now.
Oh, this is death. This is death.
This is a movie where everyone is dumb in their own special way.
It's overly. It's simplistic.
It's really a documentary on real people then, because everyone's stupid. Oh.
Except you, I bet.
Look at the size of those light switches.
Hmm.
Like at that point we get it, you've got a big light switch. Doesn't need to be that big. It's like people who drive in Humvees.
Well, she's clearly an alcoholic now, so maybe she needs a bigger light switch to actually hit. If she's permanently drunk. Just drink it out the fucking bottle, bitch.
That's
Oh,
what Matt
God.
does.
She's got Adam Sandler to console her.
Adam Sandler might be a really nice guy.
Actually, apparently he is. Yeah.
Adam Sandler is the orangest thing in the entire house.
Ah,
He looks like an escaped fucking prisoner.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
that prisoner vibe to him, isn't it? Well, there goes half the budget. Isn't this the plot to a Doctor Who episode?
No.
All of the black cubes appear one day, and they've got
Yeah.
countdowns in them.
Yeah, I don't think that's what's happening in this.
No.
like,
I think those
hasn't
things are turning into cubes.
Doctor Who must have done like every sci-fi story by now, surely.
Probably. Although in that Doctor Who, he's playing like Wii tennis, isn't he? At one point. So there you go.
Yeah, video games. Mama?
They gotta have the big army guy shouting "Mama."
Oh yeah, you have to. It's the
Yeah,
law.
It's very funny, isn't it?
Wow.
Yeah, that's why we're laughing right now.
Yeah.
So she's opening up to this loser technician who made an incredibly uncultural comment about her appearance.
Look, Adam Sandler got the right idea. He's drinking from the bottle.
Yeah. And I bet it wasn't empty.
No, it probably had water in it.
Are you sure?
Nah, it didn't. It's empty. The sippy cup was empty too, you could see.
I just would have thought it would have helped them get through making this thing.
Nothing could, but it would be a start. You know, a couple bottles of wine. Vodka.
Uh, Does he?
You seem like a very nice guy. Are you sure?
I think that's the American phrase for saying that you're an asshole.
Oh,
Snobby because you don't want to kiss a stranger. Snobby.
oh, God, he is fucking deaf.
Is this what you call an implication?
This is what we call a piece of shit. Not
Yeah.
the character you want your audience to root for. Jesus Christ. Ugh.
I hope the entire movie stops.
Just comes up an 8-bit text, we're sorry, and then it just ends. Ugh.
She probably shouldn't be driving.
And neither
Neither
of
of
them
them
should.
should,
They've both
really.
been drinking, haven't they?
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know how much she had drunk. I mean,
Too
Well,
much.
she had obviously been at the bottle before he got there, and I don't think he finished it.
Wait, he's calling her a psycho?
He thinks he's stalking her. She's stalking him, even.
It's
He's
a
got a
crime case of
superiority
takes one to know one.
He's got
Well,
a
I think it's because
superiority
she's going the
complex.
exact same way as he is.
What's in the White House?
It's gonna turn out she's like the president's secretary or something. Yeah.
Well predicted.
Well, it's the obvious joke.
You know my favourite adult characters in films? The ones that act like petulant children. That aren't funny.
This is the opposite of the wizard, and yet they're both equally awful.
Nah, the wizard's better than this.
At least there's
Okay, yeah, I'll give you that.
At least there's like a bit. Oh, he just did a high pitched voice. He does that a lot in this film, doesn't he? Ah. This is pathetic, isn't it?
I'm not sure what to say. I'd like to say something funny, but Adam Sandler and crew are just sucking the funny out of everything.
Pretty much, yes. I mean, was that joke in the prior scene? He did a moonwalk? Like a certain...
It's funny because it's from the 80s.
I guess
I
that's
think.
what that was.
Yeah.
It's just so weird, like this slubby guy you're meant to relate to is also friends with the President of the United States.
Who is also a slob.
Yeah, pretty much.
And in the moment of dire need, when his military is under attack, he has decided to ask him for help.
It's like how in that season 10 episode of The Simpsons, the Lisa is the president and Bart's is a slob, and Bart ends up saving the world from World War III.
Oh, is that the one that quote unquote predicted Trump?
Yeah.
Yeah, that made a lot of headlines, didn't it?
Was it Galagal or was it Galaxian? It looked more like Galaxian to me.
To be fair, those two are not interchangeable, but
One's a sequel of the other, I think.
yeah. I think Galaxy was like the first game to have multiple colors in it, or there's something strange like that.
Something like that, because before they used to use overlays.
Hmm.
And that's why the enemies move around all over, so it shows this is not an overlay.
Well,
Spot the most likable person in the room.
all the poor suffering people that want Sandler to chew TFO.
It's the cameraman that is decidedly not focusing on Adam Sandler.
Hmm.
Oh.
This is
He's
so
trying to out unlikable Adam Sandler. Yeah, kid, you're not gonna win.
Yeah, it's very competitive. This is just so flat, isn't it? It's so it just plods along. There's no momentum to this.
It's written for a laugh track that isn't there.
That's a good way of putting it. Because without that, you don't know when to laugh. Because well, if the film's giving us any reason
I
to
think
laugh,
you're supposed to laugh at dorm room drug party.
or the ongoing snobby accusations that the woman who just doesn't want to sleep with Adam friggin' Sandler.
If you had the choice, even if it was that Mediterranean champagne thing, I can understand not sleeping with Adam Sandler.
Again, apparently he's a super nice guy in real life, and like he's like really decent. Like he remembers people's names.
He knows his audience.
I guess so. I mean,
I like how remembering someone's name is a classification for like them being a good person.
well, I think at that point, isn't it? Yeah, I feel like deal with
Yeah,
that
Janice.
people, yeah.
I agree.
Jazzem.
Oh, they keep mentioning pop culture. I think that's going to be the theme to this movie.
Wow, it was okay. I remember the Red Letter Media review on that bit where they talked about was that improv or not?
I don't think they were supposed to be filming, and they accidentally left the camera on during the warm up, and they just kept it in.
Ugh, is that the best take? Oh, we got Josh Gad here.
They just kept driving.
Not reverse over him?
He does look like maybe some kind of vermin, so maybe he could have done.
Does anyone in this film act like an actual responsible adult?
Has anyone in any of the films we watched acted like an actual responsible adult? I hear no answer.
Well, hold on, I'm trying to get my. Oh, he's like a truther of crazy conspiracy theories.
Is this supposed to be funny?
I mean,
I like how none of the traffic give a shit either. Like, there's this van parks in the road, two people just standing there. It's not in the way of anything.
See, if you had the choice between not running Adam Sandler and that guy over, why would you make that choice?
oh, so he's got
Adam
loads of
Sandler's
like.
a nice guy.
Oh, it's that game.
But he also, do you notice he's got like Elvis didn't die, like Walt Disney was frozen, like all these conspiracy theory things
Yeah.
as well.
The one thing that's missing is like strings connecting all of them.
Someone.
That flip book is backwards as well.
God, a seemingly pretty talented artist put work into that flip book.
Anything to get paid,
But we have to get paid somehow.
Exactly.
I guess that's why they keep focusing on the poster as well, because they paid good money for that.
Hmm.
Oh, this guy's terrible. Diet root beer. What terrible. Ugh. It's alright, I didn't need my ears.
Don't you know, yelling very loudly is common though.
To be fair, he just sounded like an angry gamer on the internet who possibly
Isn't it that angry
Oh.
German kid?
yeah, who
Yeah.
just hurl homophobic or racist abuse at you
Could
because
you imagine them yelling about ethics in games journalism?
Ah.
I'll take the fun out of it. Okay, so there's finally a bit of exposition as to how the aliens.
This is it's the neutrinos they're mutating scene.
You ever hear that? You know, we were talking about Star Wars prequels earlier. You hear that criticism of like shot reverse shot? It's just like camera A, camera B.
Yeah.
This is full of that, isn't it? It's just like this character's talking, cut to the other camera, you got to set back out. Like it's just so.
I'm waiting for another
So
thing to happen that
fast.
happens in the prequels, which is there'll be a scene where two people are walking, and then they'll stop and have a chat. whilst-
Yeah. That's it, yeah. Or they'll even go to sit on the couch and talk.
Valula,
Wait, Reagan? What?
1982. I think that correlates. Bravest Warriors is a pretty fun cartoon series on YouTube.
I haven't seen that.
Is that the comedy scene again?
This is a cute idea, like them using these old famous 80s moments of pop culture.
It's an interesting idea, and I wish that a better movie had done the same thing.
It is wildly nonsensical and stupid, but it's a creative way to convey it. Even if
and her
do
mouth
they
was
know
very
English?
weird. But,
Was it as weird as Princess Leia's mouth in Rogue One?
Oh god.
no, that was definitely weirder than that.
Oh god, every time this movie attempts a joke, I feel like a kitten dies somewhere. Well, I like kittens.
They're even pausing for laugh, aren't they?
Yeah, you're totally right on the last track thing. That is completely what that is, isn't it? We just open the can laughter at these jokes with like 10 quotation marks around the word jokes.
Yeah, or like that YouTube video of the Big Bang Theory, but with turkeys gobbling instead of laughter.
Wish we were watching that instead. I'm not a big fan at all, but my god.
Yeah. It's a pretty nice shot of India, though. That's Uttar Pradesh, I think.
Oh. Well, it's something visually different, so.
India's really big on the smartphones right now as well.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone uses things like WhatsApp. Okay, that's kind of funny.
Oh, is that
Phone.
That
That's a
must be-
Sony Xperia, which I don't think is actually sold in India.
Oh, really? Are those pond bats or those? Oh,
not
I
being
didn't actually
funny.
mind this scene until he started making stupid faces.
It stopped being funny, and there's a camera on the front of the phone. Why are you pointing it the wrong way?
What does this remind me of? Someone getting turned into loads of pixels. I've seen that in games quite a few times.
I've seen it on Reddit a lot of times. There's the simulated Reddit that is all about breaking things into voxels.
Hmm. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, fuck. No.
It's,
Oh,
I think that single clip right there sums up the entire movie.
creepy, awful people being creepy and awful.
Do you expect something highbrow?
I expect my protagonist to not be completely loathsome.
It's Adam Sandler. He's good at playing completely loathsome characters.
Yeah, but there's a way to do that with wit or some sort of humorous.
Not in this movie.
Not by a character going, I remember you when I was looking at you through a van, I'm a creeper. Ooh.
See, that's from Doctor Who as well, isn't it? The clockwork robots.
Matt?
Well, yeah, there's Clockwork Robots in Doctor Who. I don't know if that was from it.
Confirmed.
Matt, the
Like,
expert.
this bit is quite a bit like that Doctor Who episode, because they do have the unit does have one of the cubes locked up in a thing like this.
Yeah, that's weird how it's another parallel. I thought it was just going to be a throwaway thing, but why bring up that again?
Oh, Jesus. No, that's not Charmin movie. Oh, fucking hell.
It's weird how they're all trying to out unlikable each other.
They're very competitive in that field, aren't they?
It is a bit weird the way that the film seems to be saying, just because she's got some dignity and maybe some standards, that somehow she's as shit as everyone else. Whereas that guy with the Mario shirt looks as though he could fling his feces at her as an attempt to woo her.
Uh,
Because a woman should feel bad if she's not interested in a man, right?
Do you know what? Until you pointed out he's wearing a Mario shirt, I never realised he was.
to me, it looked like a pixelated Superman shirt.
The fuck kind of operation is this where you just put a kid into it? Highly secretive military operation.
It's alright, he's played Halo.
Oh god, that's gonna factor in, isn't it?
They wouldn't have mentioned it if it didn't factor in. There he goes screaming again. Thanks for that. I hope one of them punches him.
The fuck? What? Maybe, well, if your magic Mike is alright, you don't really have the right to,
Yeah.
to punch it down a notch. Oh, just God, man. You could be
End the scene,
likable.
please.
You could be alright, but this is... There ain't no Full Metal Jacket, Sam. It's all just relentlessly unpleasant, isn't it?
Well, I think he won the competition. You've just been playing video games. Don't be so big for yourself. Oh my god.
I'm just picturing someone holding up cue cards for him to read.
I don't. The thing is, right? If they need like gamers to save the world and not the army, why is he giving a speech to the army? Why have they just not got a bunch of gamers together to formulate a gamer army?
Like, what point are they serving right now?
Yeah, they're just. Are they going to train the army to play games? But you've just said that you've been training your entire life. So surely there's a whole load of people who have also been
Look,
training. their
that's
entire
exactly what they're doing. They're training the army to play video games.
They haven't even tried to attack them yet, right? So
I don't even understand how they're really a threat. Like, on what? Like, anything?
like he's talking about like, oh, every 10,000 points you get another live and stuff like that. It's like, are the aliens going to commit to the rules of these games that rigidly?
Well, if they do, then there's going to be that corner that you can leave your Pac-Man in that the ghost won't hit you.
Yeah. There's a screen 256 where the game becomes unplayable.
Yeah, that too. You know when they trained a computer to play Pac-Man
Oh yes, yeah.
and it learned how to play the game on its own, and it at one point it was about to lose, so it just paused the game and then left it like that.
That's totally what I'd do.
London, England, Hyde Park. No, that's not the right order.
Thank God they put England though.
I don't think that's Hyde Park.
It could be Hyde Park, or it could be
Any park?
any park. Yeah, I think it might be a studio.
Oh God!
Thank God they got that in there.
Well, he's dead.
Hold on, I'm turning the sound up so I can admire how bad his English accent is.
That's
I've heard worse.
Break a leg football player in Hyde Park.
I'm glad someone finally done that to him. Now just
Best
do that
part
to
of
the
the
rest
film,
of the
though.
cast.
Why is this invasion going to happen in London?
Seems to be random places.
Okay.
It's almost like this is loosely plotted and badly thought out.
Bang on. That's the most.
To be fair, she does seem more competent already than our current administration.
Our comment, yeah.
She's more charismatic.
That's pretty much
Jesus
MP for
Christ.
Fly Down North, Harriet.
I don't know why, but the thing at the bottom just popped up, and we're only 43 minutes in.
We're only
There's still about another 3,000 hours left.
oh man. What have you done to us, Pedz?
There's a slog in
I can only hope the end credits is about half an hour.
I like how they changed their shirts finally, and how that guy's got another video game related shirt. Got to get in those product placements.
I'm not saying anything about wearing video game shirts.
Aha.
Wow, that's really Trumpy.
Oh, can we turn this off? I want to listen to that lady. Turn it off. The movie.
Well, that's the worst thing the president could do, right? Just have a bit of silly fun with his wife, like making a cake.
Awful.
You know, I've been to one of those pottery classes, and they're actually pretty cool. And in South Wales, well, mid Wales, there's a Bronze Age smithing class that I want to go to.
I'd
What's
rather
with the accents?
I'd rather be doing pottery than watching this.
I think I recognize this scene from the trailer.
Mm.
I'm half expecting one of the Disney bad guys to show up in the clouds and start laughing.
Mufasa's gonna appear. Yeah, they haven't built this up very well, have they? There's no. Maybe I've been spoiled by films that aren't shit, but they know how to kind of build up to them quote-unquote movie monsters.
This particular thing just sort of came out of nowhere, right after a womanizing scene.
Well, like we know what they're gonna be based on what we've seen. So there's not really any suspense. It's so bloody loose in terms of like, oh, they're gonna act exactly like the arcade games. It's like, well,
Okay, so why? So why did they train them to play video games if they were just going to shoot them with lasers anyway? Like,
$12. Why can't you just say up?
that was what they did there is they filmed Sean Bean reading the script.
Right. His accent has changed 5 times in as many minutes.
yeah. How did they get Sean Bean in on this?
Money.
Money.
How
He's
much,
good
though?
pals
I
with
mean,
Peter Dinklage, isn't he? Because they've both been in Game of Thrones. So
Yeah, I guess so.
Sean Bean had a better British accent in GoldenEye.
He looks so bored, doesn't he?
Why did the British person say trash?
It's funny because British people say British colloquialisms that.
Yeah, from Land's End to John O'Groats. What? Yeah. Thanks.
Like, I know I shouldn't be trying to examine this premise, but what benefit is it to the aliens to act in predictable, pattern-like ways that people can recognize?
I guess we'll find out at the end.
Now we
Because right now I've got no bloody idea.
Because the idea is that they
to be
said like
fair, you could say that about any of the games you've played. Like, why would enemies behave in any predictable manner in anything?
well, because of game design.
Exactly.
Because
From-
they're
But from a narrative, like why? Like they got a
It's clear that for whatever weird reason, they're pretending to be games. I don't understand
But
why.
I'm questioning that weird reason.
Yeah, I know. I don't understand either, but
Well, they're
Well, it's
enjoying
funny,
themselves.
You kind of hand wave it because it's a game design thing. There's got to be a.
Sorry, I
like
just
how
need to.
having these two guys shooting them works, and all the military are just going to sit there and let them do it. Though they're not going to help.
Well, like, I'm sorry, but it's not going to be a transferable skill like operating the joystick on an arcade game. So operating these weird Nerf gun things.
That was a pause to laugh.
No homo, am I right?
Well, it's definitely playing exactly like the game now, isn't it? There's always
Yeah,
one
exactly.
that goes off.
Exactly, yeah. At this point,
Is this supposed to be horrifying or funny? I can't
You
tell
can
what
see
they're
why
going
kids
for.
would like it so with the pixel, colorful shit. Like,
Kids would like it.
yeah, with all the pixel stuff.
Oh no.
It would have been more. That would have been funnier if it had just wiped out her TV screen, and she was like, "What?" That would have been it.
But then we would have missed the hilarious gag of it exercising along to the exercise video. The old woman who didn't notice. He has had to run after a big centipede monster and shoot at it because he played it in an arcade game that played completely differently to that. No, he's not. No, he is really not alright.
I think if he played a really swell guy, I think he'd still be like, nope, he's not. He's a dick.
Well, the thing is, though,
I don't think he can
uh,
win with him. I'm
is
not
it- is
saying
it
I
Pants-
think he's a swell guy. I'm just
is
saying.
it Pants for a Glove? That there's one film where he kind of plays one of his typical characters, but it's kind of played realistically. Like, no, he is kind of a creepy weirdo that doesn't really know how to socialize. It's looked at kind of sympathetically in a way.
We're supposed to like these characters now.
That's the problem.
Come!
Ah,
Movie, you are not worthy of the Duck Hunt Dog. Well, animated Duck Hunt Dog, but still.
I'd watch a movie that's just about the duck hunt dog.
They two battles. What?
Well, they're sticking by the Three Lives film, right?
Yeah, so they both got 2 lives left.
Because, again, they're slavishly
When
committed
was
to
the other battles? Were they just the bits where they attacked like India and the military
Yeah.
base?
Yeah, but
Okay, because
no one showed up from like.
Oh right, okay. It didn't really seem like there was any proper, competition there. Seriously, that episode of Futurama makes more sense than this.
We could be watching Futurama right now.
I could be throwing myself out the window right now.
Why is everyone just impossibly awful at this? Like Pete Dinklage is a multiple convicted felon.
Why does he still call himself that?
Because this film was written by simpletons.
I've got a game we can play. Find a character in this movie that you like. Dog does not count.
Oh,
God damn it. I like the football player who was like, oh, he's shooting the beer commercial, cool.
Oh yeah,
But they
he's
didn't
quite
have room
nice.
they didn't have room to characterize him, so that's probably why.
But they should make a movie just about him thinking things are beer commercials.
They should make a movie.
They should make a
I said like
movie.
an action, but this isn't Karen.
They could have had a beautiful moment where they bonded, where his glasses were broken, and then he fixed them.
God damn it, Matt! Why aren't you in this business? What is this speech pattern he's going on? Is it?
It's Fire Blaster. I can't work out what the point of it is though. He's just saying stuff at this point.
Oh god! Why is everyone so lecherous and awful in this?
Because nerds are.
But should this be a celebrate? I mean, I know nerds can be pretty awful, especially on the internet, but you don't want us to celebrate characters like this. Oh, fuck it now. Great, he just auctioned off Serena Williams for this creeper.
Isn't Serena Williams married?
I don't know.
It'll be alright for the sake of national security, I guess.
And it's just a coffee.
Never mind her dignity.
Oh, I guess Serena Williams wasn't married at the time this movie came out. She's since got married to Fire Blaster. I mean, someone else.
Yeah, I'm not concerned with why she got married, but maybe it was also like a nice fuck you to this movie to help it date badly because of that.
Yeah.
To be fair, some of the things I've read, like Dempster would like to do to Serena Williams, it's probably. Yeah. Although I think, in fairness to Dempster, it's what he wanted Serena Williams to do to him.
Those two guys in the background look like they're having a better conversation than this movie. I wonder what they're talking about.
Are you extra watching Earfolds?
Yeah, check them out in the background.
That's a good call, actually. I feel like that.
They're all just running in random directions. What's the plan?
They're trying to find direction. There is none.
None of them have compasses.
Oh, God, this is...
Like I was saying to you guys the other day, for this film, when I first saw a trailer for this film, what's his name? The little one.
Peter Dinklage.
Peter Dinklage.
Peter Dinklage reminded me of Billy Mitchell. I don't know
That's
why.
weird,
but he did.
yeah.
He reminded me of Billy Mitchell, and of
This
course,
is weird as well.
one of the spoilers for the film, guys. If it turns out he cheats at games, and well,
Oh, somewhat prophetic, you mean?
yeah. So I think they basically predicted the future, because that's what he did.
Hmm.
Supposedly.
Okay, so the joke there was he spoke fake Japanese to the Japanese man? Oh, God. This is weird. So they got a guy playing the creator of Pac-Man, not the actual creator of Pac-Man.
Was he
I
not
don't
the
think-
creator of Pac-Man then?
I think
He
Pac-Man
wasn't
was...
like the Stan Lee of this film or something, was he?
They could have got the creator of Pac-Man on the Atari 2600.
Oh yeah. To be fair,
He
that
was
got,
in
that,
the Angry Video Game Nerd movie, actually.
yeah, he's got kind of a I forget his name. He's like he had no time and no memory to work with, so it's like it's not really his fault.
Hmm.
He's kind of an anti-legend in his own little way.
Howard Scott Warshaw.
Was that him? 'Cause he made ET, right?
Yeah, he made E.T., he made Atari 2600 Pac-Man, and he made
Did
Yours
he definitely
Revenge.
did he do both? I don't know if he did Pac-Man. I thought that was someone else.
I think it was. Let me look it up.
Yeah, because it's the aliens attacking these characters. What's an alien posing as him? So this was in the trailers a lot.
He's not your son.
What's the point of this? Like,
It's
the creator of like the creator of Pac-Man.
He's gonna eat him.
Well,
Yeah.
that was in the trailers all at the time. Yeah.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay.
But you're right to predict that because it's the obvious gag, isn't it? Oh, he didn't say stupid bits in the trailers though.
Well, you can't ruin the best joke.
Wait, that was Pinocchio Geppetto stuff.
Yeah, like the creator twisted version of it. Like, so if
Like
Geppetto made
the
Pinocchio, then
book.
Pinocchio cut his hand off.
I guess.
I'm not saying it was a good little joke. I'm just explaining it.
So, in this scene, the four cars are the four ghosts.
Yes.
Pinky, Inky, Blinky, and Clyde.
Yeah.
But if they touch Pac-Man, wouldn't they just turn into pixels?
No.
Like, wouldn't they die?
No, no. They have the things on the top which are supposed to be like force fields or something.
Why not just throw the force fields at the Pac-Man?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, why did the aliens just be like, haha, lol, this is actually Space Invaders, and just send a million invaders down on them while they're doing this?
Well, like a nuclear bomb.
Just make Pac-Man a diversion. I just can't. It's a fun idea, but
This
Your
would make a
premise for a
really good
film.
episode of Top Gear.
you can't do this as a cinematic film with like cinematic stakes. It's too flimsy a premise.
Hmm.
But these aliens aren't a threat if they're going to just follow the rules of video games that these characters know the rules of.
I will say one thing, that this scene is a lot better than Pac World.
What, the 3D platformer?
The Atari ST Amiga one that was isometric.
Where's
Oh,
Mr.
Pac-Mania.
Pac-Man in all of this?
Pac-Mania, that's it, yeah.
That was the first Pac-Man game I ever played. It is probably
I'm
not the
so
best one.
sorry.
I've got fun memories of it. It's a bit too zoomed in, isn't it?
It's too slow, it's too zoomed in. And the jump is weird.
I don't have a coaching argument, but I'm also like, I was 5 when I played it.
My first Pac-Man game was the Atari 2600.
Oh, you poor The one you wanted to see that creator get.
Yeah.
Get his girlfriends.
Send donations to my PayPal.
Oh.
My GoFundMe. I need psychiatric care.
Oh.
like how he was suddenly able, he could put the accelerator down further and go faster, like he hadn't done it already.
Yeah. And why, out of all of the things that he could have said there, why did he say, I'm gonna die a virgin? Why not just, I'm gonna die?
Because he's
He's a virgin, yeah.
Oh god.
Oh, okay. I see.
Do you? I'm not sure I do.
No, I was thinking like why is he worried about being eaten? Like if the thingy had run out, but obviously he wasn't in the car anymore.
Yeah. Why can't they, like, hide that machine somewhere, like in a backpack or something, and just let the Pac-Man chase them?
You really don't have to go far just to pick this apart, do you? It's so flimsy.
And also,
And
like if it's like a force field around the car, like it does the car have to touch him, or just the air around, or what?
can't they make bullets out of those things?
Yeah. I was thinking that. Like, can't that tech just be weaponized more effectively?
It wouldn't have made a good scene, and they want to product place the Mini. Minis are fun cars. You can pretend to be ghosts. And ghost ride the whip. I think that was a thing back then.
Hmm.
That's very Kirby's Angry Eyes, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
Have
West.
you ever seen Pac-Man with angry eyes?
So yeah, did they kill off the creator of Pac-Man in this? Basically, is he?
No, he just bit his hand and then he ran off.
He's handless now.
Is the actual creator of Pac-Man okay? Like Toro? I don't know if that's his name. Iwatani, I think it was. Is he all right with this?
I don't think so.
I
But
guess he
he
got
probably
paid.
didn't have the choice.
Yeah.
Why didn't he count faster?
This movie doesn't really. It's just kind of like, okay, this is attempt 2 out of 3 for them to beat the aliens. It's so. This gets into the problem with video game movies. Actually, it's quite video game like in its structure. There's not really a sense of progression to it. It's like, okay, on to the next bit.
That's the whole movie, I think. Alright, this thing is a thing that happened, onto the next bit.
Yeah, it's
There's
just
not
so-
much of a connection.
Yeah, there's no. This is like one of the least cinematic films I've seen in a while. It's so, as you say, TV movie. It really feels like that, doesn't it?
Like, this is the time where they'll break to commercials. Oh, I remember this.
You got Cupid, who also had quite a role in the Wreck-It Ralph movie as well.
Hmm.
Cupid's the character they all seem to go to.
Maybe his royalties are cheaper than other video game characters.
Possibly, yeah. When do you get to swear up a storm? That's what I don't know. This movie is incredibly simplistic, isn't it? Like, even for a film where aliens impersonate video games to come after us.
uh,
Oh,
What? What's going on there? What? Someone help!
I love it when that happens when you're watching the president talking to people and they all start going you to the reporters.
Okay, here's a question. What's been the best, and I put several quotation marks on this, what's been the best gag in this film so far?
The scene in India where the guy proposes to his love and the love just screams because you can see it in the background. They ruined it with the selfie thing though,
Yeah, probably.
and the blatant product placement.
When he proposed and she screamed.
Like, I didn't think that was funny, but I can't think of anything better.
But what do you mean we didn't have those growing up? The reset button was on the Atari 2600. Qbert can talk,
Mm-hmm.
but Duck Hunt Dog couldn't talk.
So wait, why is Cuba alien good? Did they explain that?
Yeah, he's a prize,
The prize?
like the Duck Hunt Dog. They just said like, here's your prize.
Uh, the aliens are honorable? But
Also, they're
predators?
letting this kid play The Last of Us, and I'm pretty sure he's underage.
Is he playing on an Xbox?
No, that would be hilarious.
This Sony production. So I wanted to keep it square, but still, we just said bull crap. That was a monkey's paw thing right there, wasn't it?
Well, I guess Qbert's dead. Oh.
The disappointment.
I am disappointed.
You poor Kubert alone. The nice guy, I think.
He's the nicest person in the entire movie.
This is not charm their romantic banter. They do not have chemistry.
That one person had chloroform, that's a chemical.
Earfolds, A, don't sign up for the movie, and B, you're not being sincere when you say that, are you?
You're right, yeah, I'm not.
No, that was
I
good,
shouldn't
though.
stand up for this movie.
That was good, though. Good on you. That's the closest I've had to a gag tonight to laugh at. Thank you, Earfolds. I forgot what it was like to laugh.
Oh yeah. Sometimes movies have jokes in them and not
Do
just
they?
pauses for canned laughter. Oh great, they brought Serena Williams into this.
Oh, God.
Which island?
Pedz, you said your kids were watching this the other day, right?
I think the movie has got to Pedz.
What is? I'm always imagine what a kid would get out of these movies that we watch, and
Bright colours.
Bright colors, pretty much.
I guess.
Have you heard Pedz say anything in a while?
No.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, keep it. The suit is. Oh, they ruined it. Made it
What is it with the moonwalk? Why is everyone moonwalking?
The only move they know.
Oh God, the classic.
That's the character redemption arc right there.
The classic. He didn't brush his teeth. Gag. Why did they let Josh Gad on stage?
Can we pretend that scene didn't happen? Oh, they're going out and looking at the scenery, and one of them's gonna say they love the water, and the other one's gonna say they hate sand.
That's rough, of course. I mean, it gets everywhere.
Of course, they're two different nostrils. You don't have two of the same nostril, do you? One of them's the left one, and one of them's the right one. No, it isn't.
How did they, I just don't? How did they get like Nintendo and Namco and
And Budweiser.
yeah? How did they get Budweiser on them? Even Budweiser should have had higher standards than this.
They do not. Have you seen their recent advert? It's just them saying the phrase "dilly, dilly," and apparently everyone is saying that now.
So this was a high point of their marketing.
Pretty much.
Oh God!
Finally, someone with the right idea.
I just. Why do you have like a funny, cutesy video game alien movie and then just make everyone lecherous and awful in it?
I know we're supposed to be investing in these characters now, but I
They
can't.
are they are incredibly flat, even by the standards of the film we've been watching, aren't they?
Definitely the worst film we've watched so far. There are some redeeming features, and they are the CGI. That's it.
They are. It'll end one day.
I just want to say, I'd rather watch 8 Crazy Nights than this.
Never heard of it.
That was the animated Hanukkah.
The terrible animated one where Adam Sandler's an incredible asshole.
Do you want to have your heart broken with that? That was animated by the people that animated the Iron Giant.
Yeah, I know.
What a waste of.
And there are signs of good animation, but the problem is that good animation has got terrible writing and incredibly terrible voices.
He's
Like
just
that weird high-pitched grandpa.
Oh yeah.
He's still got a missing hand. I hope the aliens give him his hand back.
So why did they say that they violated the rules? Like,
Because that guy cheated. How exactly do you cheat when... I mean, the cheat that he did was he went really fast at one point.
Yeah, it's
How-
like you put the code.
In real life.
It's almost like this premise is incredibly flimsy and not very well thought out. Pac-Man didn't have a cheat code. What arcade games had cheat codes?
Did the Galaxian have a cheat code in the arcade? Was that only for the home release?
Well, they probably wouldn't have wanted cheat codes because they wanted your money. What did you
So
offer
it'll be just the
stream
home
to?
release, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, home releases did because like it doesn't matter at that point. But oh wow,
Check out that acting. I had the sound on low, so it just looked like he was really excited.
way I've got pixelated.
Of all the people in the world they could take,
They only just now realize they can talk to Qbert.
Again, why is he speaking English?
You know, I'm glad they're actually making some kind of a plan now, but we're 1 hour and 20 minutes into the movie. Couldn't they have done this?
no, because they needed Cuba or whatever.
Yeah, and they needed Qbert to be around for a couple days and then ask him
Exactly.
sometime after that.
Exactly.
Oh my god, you just missed the hilarious gag where Adam Sandler sounded like he was gonna be encouraging and he was like, "Oh no, we're gonna die." Oh, we got Paperboy.
Yeah. Ever play Paperboy 64?
I've seen footage of it. It looks pretty wonky. It's charming. 64.
It's charming. In inverted
I
commas.
was gonna say, how many quotation marks? Oh, we've got Frogger, we've got Joust, Robotron. Yeah, there we are.
Maybe we could find another planet to live on. Yes, we'll just
Maybe
on the
all the characters from this
face-off.
movie. Yeah.
Yeah, we've got Tetris going on.
This is the other half of the budget.
Again, I mean, they look a bit tacky, but overall, I don't mind the video game character pixelation effects.
It's a nice effect.
I like kind of the
Shouldn't this film be really just like called polygons? Because everything's in 3D.
That's the sequel. Pixels and polygons.
that was a throwback to him on the crane machine winning the bloody. Oh, that's
Isn't
weird.
this like part of the same thing happened in Space Jam
What, Bill Murray?
with Bill Murray taking off his thing and he's got this.
I can't believe there's a comparison to Space Jam you can make where it's favourable to Space Jam. That's not usually the way that goes.
I liked Space Jam as a kid. I had it on VHS.
What was
So did
Space
I,
Jam?
Be careful if you revisit that.
I revisited like
Dick Dug, a dinosaur.
yeah, I see, and the Smurfs, which is an Atari 2600 game.
I was gonna say, yeah, that was one of the first side-scrolling platform, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh god, the jokes are so weak in this.
I've stopped treating them as jokes and just oh, it's Mario.
Oh, Mario. Wait,
Does
where are
Mario show up again?
those ninjas from?
Just fucking shoot them, you twat.
Aren't they like the bad guys from Ninja Gaiden?
No, well, the bad guys in Ninja Gaiden are maybe the Eagles because they knock you off platforms in the NES game.
Oh yeah.
Oh god.
This is the Lola Bunny of this movie.
We get everything Space Jam we can out of this. Because they haven't talked about this since a good hour, I want to say, right?
Yeah, they just needed to name drop it so that you know what's happening here. If they didn't mention this game at all and just had this lady show up.
Maybe this is not Charmin. Why is she looking like a human if she's an alien film?
Because
know,
if
it
she
doesn't make
looked like a
sense.
bunch of pixels, she wouldn't be super fucking hot. That's
But
the
I know
only
why
reason.
from that perspective, but from the stupid.
It's Max Headroom!
Oh wow. It's like the
They're
first
not
appearance.
there.
Man, I bet Max Headroom fans are so glad this was his grand reappearance. Any sort of media.
Alright, now this is a weird reference, but this reminds me of the Digimon movie.
Digimon movie.
Well, one of them. The first one. I'd say watch that, but they're actually good movies.
Aren't they directed by the guy who did Summer Wars and Wolf Children?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, so a lot of people like to say that Our War game, the Digimon movie, is connected to Summer Wars. Like, they're the same thing copied, but it's the same guy that did both.
Right, they're kind of similar in premise, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Summer Wars is pretty silly with how it handles computer tech, but it's really fun.
Wait, that worked?
Next time I have my head cut off by a lovely lady, I'm gonna say, at least I found true love. My missus might not be happy, but you know.
Is that how you won her over, Pedz?
That is exactly how I want it all, but yeah.
And he didn't have to use his chloroform.
Okay, that's
My
the best.
physics teacher used to say moving on.
That's the best gag in the film for me. Peter Dinklage say moving on.
Yeah.
Because it still wasn't even remotely funny.
The timing of it all felt really flat as well.
Yeah. Because I suppose you have to primarily look at this as a comedy.
Comedy?
I mean, an action comedy, maybe, but
Action?
those are the correct responses. Okay, we're gonna do Donkey Kong now.
Please bring back the Mario film.
Oh, you poor soul! What place of comparison to be in?
It's cool how they remade this in Super Mario Odyssey.
It's a good job I've already had that spoilt for me.
Oh.
Oh my god, look,
Apologies.
it's Matt! I've only just realised that Matt is in the film.
Oh, it's the Indian guy who proposed as well up there.
Yeah.
I guess those are the only people they actually kidnapped, the ones we saw. Turn to a Cuba urinate in that Fair Joke movie.
Yeah, considering that his urine is made out of cubes, wouldn't it hurt?
Not even
Oh,
a
we've got
cube-shaped penis.
there was we got Burger Time, yeah, as well.
Oh yeah. Or the British knockoff of Burger Time, Wimpy.
Yeah.
Okay, it didn't make the sound when they jumped over.
What the then? That one. There's really nothing clever about this, is there? It's just they're just playing Donkey Kong.
I'm waiting for something clever, but I've been waiting about an hour and a half.
I know that feeling. This looks really cheap as well. This Donkey Kong set. So...
To be fair, the set's gonna look very simple because it's obviously meant to reflect the simple design of the original.
I know, but it I don't know, just like the material or the CG they've got here, it just looks.
It's like a weird mix of plastic and metal.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not cinematic quality. I get what you mean, but it's not going to look detailed. But,
That's not a reset button, that's a hammer.
and plus, I think I'm right in saying they don't go for the hammer when they go for high scores in Donkey Kong.
Yeah, and also, didn't you
might be
just
wrong.
say that when you were a kid you didn't use reset buttons?
To be fair, Donkey Kong is a game that if you want to get a high score on, it's not that pattern based compared to other arcade games. So yeah, because there's a lot of randomness to it, so I guess points for that.
That's kind of funny.
Uh,
I mean, it wasn't that funny, but I'm gonna give the movie credit.
oh, you're taking what you can get, man.
It is probably the funniest part of it. No, he's dead. And he's like, help. Ha ha ha. Unfortunately, the rest of the movie has been pretty lackluster.
But why go and save him when he clearly was okay?
They're not gonna kill his own kind.
Well, she is apparently.
Hmm.
Isn't it great that we got to the climax of this film and the piece of music they chose wasn't a game theme?
They paid good money for this. Ah.
Yeah.
Ah.
Lads, don't use that one. The ladies won't. The ladies don't want to hear about a mighty hammer.
I hope it misses. Oh.
I'm gonna miss a happy-go-lucky film. You peed yourself. I wouldn't be celebrating.
Wait, so they. Wait, so destroying Donkey Kong destroyed all of them?
I did say that. They said, Max Headroom said, if you win, then our warriors will be defeated or some bullshit.
The thing is, that's not how you win Donkey Kong. There's 3 more levels.
Exactly.
Wait, do you guys see that? He said something like, "You're my second favorite president. Obama is still my man." That's weird because I assume it was like they were going with a Kevin James president because they didn't want to associate with actual presidents.
And yet they did. Huh.
Yeah. Oh God! Every time Josh Gad yells in this, it's just pain.
Every time he yells, it reminds me of the dinosaurs from Jurassic Park.
Hey, no, they had a legitimate roar. They were. They're somehow less animalistic than he is.
Hmm. You can't threaten someone with prison for that.
Wow, that's remarkably unpresidential.
I think he just means he would go back to prison, not that he would go to prison specifically for that.
No, that's not. You can't.
Well,
Like,
I'm not sure what the courts would say about that.
He's just gonna pardon him on that one front.
I actually know how this ends because I watched the
Oh, I've heard it.
Nostalgia Critic episode, so I know what happens here.
I have heard of this. Yeah.
Do they put him down?
No, even worse.
Oh, you know as well, Pedz.
Yeah.
So there we go. The woman's a literal trophy for the terrible.
And there's
male
also
character.
Qbert. And just a few minutes ago, she wet herself.
Yeah, does she have
That's
the personality of
really
Qbert?
weird.
Was that meant to play his? I mean, Adam Sandler acknowledged it, but
They probably
Is
thought
she
they
still
couldn't
called
just leave
Qbert?
it go. No, it's Lady Lisa now.
Not Qbertina or anything.
No, it's Lady Lisa Burt.
what I want to know is if she swears, does she have like a little speech bubble above her head with loads of symbols?
Yeah. They're gonna have a little bit of trouble walking home since she can only walk in diagonal up and down.
Hmm.
It's gonna be Serena.
Uh, uh,
I hope those are also aliens, assuming the form. Maybe they formed from Qbert's piss puddle.
hmm. Okay, Creative Pac-Man's alright.
Yay! I can wank with his hand again.
That's him.
Oh, so that's what this movie's called.
Oh, that was garbage.
Uh,
Not that I expected anything else, but
No, there's more
It's
left.
not over
there's more
yet.
left.
Oh.
Oh, if they
No.
turn it into a yearly franchise.
Oh, he's just that cubic kid. No, fuck you, Booth. That's not charming.
Fuck you, movie.
That is body horror times.
How
That
does
is more
that
distinct
even
than
work?
anything in the film. That is. Oh.
You know what that means, right? That guy had sex with Qbert.
What? So it was like just a skin?
How do you raise cubit children in the film?
Ma- ma-
You send them to
Maybe
school.
in the bed he's
How
like,
do you
I want to see the
socialise them?"
real you.
Ugh.
I like how in that just a second ago the movie just sort of faded to Pooh Brown. And I'm pretty sure those Galaxian enemies, like, they didn't really do anything. Like, they were like the big bad guy at the beginning, and they didn't even fight them at the beginning, did they?
These are really cheap pixel.
Wow, Billy West was in it.
Was he?
Billy West was one of the character voices.
Oh, to be fair, he does some pretty damn good computer game impressions. So
Remember that scene
Oh, yeah, remember that
with the?
classic Indian proposal scene?
Remember this scene with?
honestly, like the credits are better than the film.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the credits a lot more.
They're pretty crappy pixel art though. This is
I mean,
like remember
To be
Wreck-It
fair,
Ralph
it
had
looks like
credits.
any old indie game from about now, anyway.
I think Junior Senior's "Move Your Feet" music video has better graphics than this.
Right, like you guys have seen Wreck-It Ralph, right? Like the pixel art, like that has credits like this, but they're so much better than this. I mean, maybe it's not fair because it's higher budget, but this just looks like the rest of this one. This just looks really cheap.
Is anyone listening to the song right now?
I just hit. There was an Xbox
No.
that we can. Yeah, this was hot garbage, wasn't it?
I wouldn't call it hard. It's like tepid garbage.
That point. I can't believe Nintendo agreed to this.
Nintendo were the
Doesn't
bad
it?
guys in the end.
Yeah, but like, it doesn't really matter to them, does it? What's it gonna do?
I guess, but
I mean, at the time they had the Wii U out, they probably thought maybe it'd bring them some publicity and they'll actually sell some consoles.
who the hell saw this and thought I'm going to buy a Wii U?
I'm not saying that that's what happened.
Give
I'm
me
saying that's what they
receipts
may
on
have thought.
this.
Oh, we've been in an Adam Sandler movie. He's popular in America. No. Well, yeah, but no.
I'm glad they showed that guy getting his wanking hand back again.
He looks so happy that he can come again.
Well, listen, even without reading this, look kind of charming. It's like, oh, bless him. Yeah, it's just very flat, just flat on every corner, like flat jokes.
One of the assistant editors is called Sulan Kwan. I'm wondering if they know Qui-Gon.
Well, speaking of this, Skywalker Sound, the Lucasfilm company, there's like sound assistants
Yeah.
and sound there. And yeah, obviously the visual effects credits are pretty long here because that's clearly where any actual work went into this.
I will say those pixel effects are pretty good.
They're alright. They're a bit tacky. They're a bit, yeah, maybe a bit overblown for my liking, but they're by far the best for them out.
Yeah.
It could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, I think my favourite bit was where Cuba pissed himself. No, that wasn't. No.
I'm gonna clip that and make it sound like that's what you said.
No, please don't.
Yeah.
No, my favorite bit. So that was Pixels, everyone.
You know what,
Yeah,
I actually,
yeah.
the opening with the arcade stuff, it wasn't great. Like, it was filmed pretty mechanically and all that, but that was alright. It was serviceable.
I was really enjoying the character dynamics that was happening in that scene.
I mean, they weren't completely loathsome as kids. They were just kids, like, acting like kids. And
Yeah,
it
it's
was
when they
alright, it
cut
was
to the future and they were still acting like kids.
It's a bit less charming, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah. You look at yourself and think, damn, why do I still act like a child?
I'd like to think I'm not as lecherous as any of the fuckwads in this movie.
Well, I didn't say that. You know. Matt hasn't said anything for ages. He's like, this film doesn't deserve my final thoughts.
Well, I said that the credits were the best thing. So.
You did, actually.
Yeah, I think I kind of agree with Matt. The credits were enjoyable.
And the great thing about the credits is they condensed the entire story down into just a few minutes. So I might as well have just watched that.
Yeah,
Well,
you got pretty much everything from it.
Those pixelated versions of the characters were better at inducing empathy than the actual performances in the film, right? It's not especially high.
I think that's the thing about this film is I could like you could treat it and it could just be fun if maybe the characters were just charming and you could just get caught up in some silly nonsense like
Yeah.
that Futurama episode. But because it's completely the opposite of that, it's just fucking awful.
Well, the
I
problem is
think
you've got
There's
that
Star
part.
Wars merchandise in it.
We've got Margaret
Thatcher, the Downing Street portrait.
Masters of the Universe. I didn't spot that.
Yeah, it had
So-
Chewie in it, didn't it? Chewie mask.
Oh yeah, obviously. Ugh.
Sorry, if I was what you saying.
I forgot.
Okay.
Alright, yeah. The fact that they went out of their way to make the characters unlikable as possible, that's what ruined this movie for me. I think if the characters were likable, if they didn't say horrible things, if they, had some redeeming qualities, then it would have been an enjoyable film.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
It could have just at least been silly, you know.
Yeah, so basically, if this film's a different film, it'd be enjoyable.
Yeah.
I just don't know if the basic premise I just don't think works for a film. Like, it was that cutesy little 3-minute YouTube video, and it's a fun, charming little thing as that.
Yeah.
I don't think it works like that. Obviously this is such a bad execution, but
I think if they used the premise of aliens coming over here pretending to be video game characters, but it wasn't a war, they were just pretending to be video game characters and communicating with us that way, I think they could have gone in a different direction.
I wouldn't know
Well,
how they
make
do it.
Like a
Maybe.
Star Trek
I
episode.
was gonna say make it District 9.
Well,
Anyway,
it's
guys,
over. We don't ever
yeah.
have to watch that again.
Nope, we
Ugh.
don't.
I fucking hate you, Pedz.
It's okay,
He
word out of
doesn't
my
mean it. He
mouth.
loves me really, guys. He loves me really.
Hmm.
Anyway, we'll call it the end here, as the film is finished, and we've also said a little bit about it afterwards. That was Pixels, and yeah, there's nothing else to say. I think we said enough. So I shall.
I'm gonna go and bash my head against the wall until I forget the previous couple of hours.
Couple of weeks.
Couple of weeks.
Right, catch you later. Bye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone.
Uh...
It hurts to live.